Capricorn, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. And you have a really, actually, interesting week ahead of you. There's a few changes that we got to talk about astrologically, and we're going to get into that, and then we're going to get into the cards. For those of you who are just finding my channel, thank you so much. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. If you love this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and interact, because I love to hear your comments. So be sure to comment below and share this video on your social media platforms. I always create an extended reading for those of you who want a deeper reading and more details. That link is right below. Or you can join the Unbound membership over here on Born Without Boundaries memberships and get unlimited access to all the extended readings plus all the other channel perks for you. If you want to do daily tarot card readings with me, Monday through Friday, I do daily tarot card readings live over on my second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation. I'll attach the link above. Check that out. Capricorn videos come out every single Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So I hope I catch you guys there. So let's talk about the astrology. Saturn, which is your ruling dignitary, there are major things happening. So major things happening this week are, you got a trine to the sun, which doesn't go away till next week. But that trine to the sun is really, really nice. It's sound, solid, confident energy. And the sun should be very, very happy for that tether, because it is also square to Neptune, which can be quite contentious and weakening for the sun. But you don't got to really worry about that as much. For you, it's all about really being certain and sure of who you are, and having a really harmonious flow between your purpose and your work and what you are doing for work, or how you are, like your ethical system and how you're going about your life and the world, with being aligned with your aspirations, where your heart is, what you love. So this is a very purposeful time where you'll be very clear where which direction you're going in, or you won't have to ask twice, and you also won't need a lot of courage. You'll just sort of have the courage to be able to feel comfortable in your own skin and with doing things that inspire you. It's really interesting because the sun also rules like romance, and while the sun is trine to Saturn, Venus is square to it. And now this square is because the whole year, essentially, Saturn has been square to the North Node and the South Node. And Venus is about to conjunct the South Node, the North Node in Taurus. And then even moving forward, right, into that's next week and a half, Saturn is going to continue to be square to Venus. So Saturn is square to Venus, which really puts pressure on and challenges around your value systems, the things that you value, even your money. So this is definitely a good time to tighten your belt. Only spend money on things that are extremely important to you, which will become very clear because of that beautiful trine to the sun. It's also a sense of there might be more tension when it comes to your relationships. Now, the way to get around this is simple. Work really hard at them and focus on more tenderness. Now, I think since your romantic streak might be high because of that beautiful trine to the sun, that could help you out a lot. It's almost a sense of empowering somebody. That's sort of like the secret to your success right now, is just empowering somebody else's needs. Somebody else actually could need you a great deal right now, especially if you're dealing with a Leo, because Leos are having a lot of, especially dealing with a Leo, because Leo is square to Neptune, which could cause illness or something like that, or vulnerability in ways. But I think in any way, it's really on you to avoid the contention that can happen when Venus is square to Saturn. You're just basically going to show somebody that you care. You may actually be called to take care of somebody. And with that trine to Leo, you're almost going to take the lead. Take the lead at taking care. Take the lead at taking responsibility. Yes, somebody could turn around and accuse you of being too bossy, but at the same time, listen, just let them be moody, get it out, and don't take it personally. That's kind of going to be a trick right now, is to not take it personally and just do your best at being the best that you are and showing somebody that you really care. This is an important part of getting through this square to Venus in the most uncontentious way possible. Let's go to the cards. If you have any astrology questions, just put them below. I'm happy to answer them. A lot of people have a problem that I start with astrology and don't get right into the cards, but I fucking love astrology, so, you know, I'm going to always include astrology. Like, doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense for me to not include what I love. Dude. All right. Surrender now. This is Sagittarius energy, and I am creating this reading on the Sagittarius full moons. It's really interesting. And then this is kind of like being sucked back. It's almost like if you don't want to be sucked back, surrender, because trying to pedal forward is really just you treading water in a cyclone. Let it suck you under, and then it'll spit you out on the other side. And it's going to take a huge leap of faith, but it's important. You don't want to get like yeah, surrender now, give over. It's like in some ways, I don't know. It's like something has been trying to escape you. Hold on. We have Canary Spirit, sing your own song. And then co-create with Spirit. Are you having like contention right now between you and somebody in your life that's important to you, clearly because you care about what they think? Contention, like butting heads with somebody about, it's like you have to plan something together, but there's contention with they want this and you want this. It's kind of like, it's almost like, okay, where do I assert myself and what do I insist on versus kind of where am I over compromising? Co-create with Spirit, sing your own song, and surrender now. Where's the dividing line? You know what, if this is the sense, I'm going to say this to you, Capricorn. Just say exactly what you want. Yeah, I feel like sometimes we self-censor, you know? Like that sense of like, oh, they're not going to like it, or I don't want to cause an argument. You're not causing an argument just because an argument arises. So this is a sense of being so sensitive to it right now, contentiousness right now, that you don't even want to get into it. You don't want to start an argument. But part of being, especially in an intimate relationship, which doesn't have to be like a romantic relationship, but being in a partnership with somebody that you really care about, that really loves you, you have to be honest with each other. And maybe there is going to be contention, but it just trust Spirit enough to know that you guys are going to be able to work it out and probably come back around a lot closer for it. You know, this sense of like, give them credit, Capricorns. Give them credit, because they absolutely will. Eventually, this is how you guys are going to come to a cohesive plan, like something where you both that you both agree on. You have to just say what you feel. Do you have to do it in a derogatory way? And no, you should stay away from words such as, well, that's stupid. You don't ever want to talk like that, right? Or, well, if you knew better, you wouldn't say that. Like, being derogatory, it's not necessary. It's absolutely not necessary. But if you just express your opinion and say, this is my favorite, even knowing that they want exactly the opposite. Okay, that you want things, all right, well, now let's hash it out. Tell me why you like it. I'll tell you why I like it. And maybe we'll get something completely different that we actually both like. But if you don't have the confidence and faith in people outside of you to be able to take your full self, then ultimately, what does that mean? It means that you don't have much confidence in who they are or the relationship at large. And that's really, this is what needs to be strengthened right now, is being able to just trust that being yourself is going to be okay, even if it takes a little while longer. because we're not in a rush now. And you shouldn't feel pressured to, overcompensate for anything, but also stubbornness. So it's going to be that fine line, right? You don't want to yield to stubbornness, but you don't want to overcompensate to avoid stubbornness. You just basically got to be truthful. And you know what? They're going to fight right back. And you know what? That's going to make it even more passionate between the two of you. Or it's going to make the two of you, if this is a business partnership, it's going to make the two of you even more progressive. Because now at least you know you're working with somebody who cares just as much. And that's important. We have Life is a Mystery. So this is Bobcat. This card makes me nervous. And then we have Learn from the Past. Okay, something about motherhood. Slow and steady wins the race. Let me look at these. Just give me a second. Because honestly, there's something a little bit unpredictable that comes out of... you've dealt with this before, but clearly you haven't learned. But you could learn and you could deal with it if you go very slowly. If you try to skip over or rush over it, you will. Ultimately, you got to dive right in. You got to dive right into maybe even harder or less comfortable emotions. But life is a mystery. Learn from the past. I almost feel in a lot of ways this week, because especially around that conjunction of the North Node, which is like Wednesday, Thursday of this week. Conjunction, Venus is conjuncting with the North Node. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's going to be a real tight conjunction within 1 degree. Thursday, it's like within 0 degrees of each other. It's right there. So ultimately, there's just this sense of, and that's what we do. We learn from the past. Even though we're not certain and we're not sure, it's almost like this, Capricorn, you're going to know what not to do. You may not know what to do, but you very much know what not to do. And going slower through this process is actually the pace you want to keep, because it's going to make it more tangible for you. And it's going to help you just feel more secure in the experience as you go through it. You could actually be going through somebody's things too. It's like, picking through somebody's stuff, or, like if somebody passed, you're finally able to go through their stuff, and something might come up with that, like something that you don't expect, that reminds you to feel better about this situation and to not feel so alone. That's really interesting. Capricorn, please. Capricorn. Be loyal to what you love and make your dreams real. Well, that's really clear. Dog spirit is Cancerian energy. So this is, you're working on family. You're working on family. Building a family, expanding a family, or doing things for a family to strengthen them. Maybe even actually building or creating a family home. Make your dreams real. This is really good stuff for pregnancy, for marriage, for everything. You worked really hard on this. Took a long time for you to really get to this point. In some ways, I would say that this week, at least, you're prioritizing your heart space. You're prioritizing your family. And you should be. You're learning from a matriarchal figure too. That could be a grandmother or a mother. Somebody who's older, somebody who's wiser. You could be learning something about this family, or a family that you're growing, even a family that you're marrying into. Like learning more about them, learning from them on how is best to move forward. Almost like learning from the past, as in somebody from the past. whether they're living or dead. If they're dead, it's like you're reading their journals, and all of a sudden it's like this huge aha moment. But I feel like they're not dead. You're having an actual conversation with an older person, and things are, it's starting to kind of make you feel more solid or certain of what direction you have to take yourself, especially where it concerns families. But you can definitely apply this energy, Capricorn, to your workspace as well, wherever it applies. Because you want to be yourself, but it's almost like assimilating into this new space is part of who you are. Not assimilating as losing yourself, but finding where you weave into the larger tapestry, right? Be loyal to what you love and make your dreams real. It's that really fine line, that spider's web, of between losing not losing yourself so that you can contribute in a strong, powerful way to everybody else. You're integrating. This is a beautiful energy for you, I've got to say. And yeah, there is stubbornness and there is hard-headedness, but there is high standards, and you respect that. There's somebody here that you have a lot of fucking respect for, probably because they're older. Anybody ruled by Saturn, which of course you would be, but anybody who has Saturn in a very prominent, strong place in their chart, it's like they like old people. they like wisdom, wisdom over intellect. So it's almost like you're happy to learn from people who are wise and who you can tell. It's like you're meeting somebody that you have a lot of fucking respect for, and you're able to listen to them, learn, and have them actually help you in the planning of something. You're incorporating your spouse's family in the planning of something. And this is really freaking smart. Does this have to do with business? What? I don't know. You apply it to your life. But ultimately, that's kind of what it is. And you are hardcore dedicated to, you're traditionalist. It's not self first, it's family first. Yeah. Because you want this family to be strong, or this house that you're building, whatever it is. It's like house, home, the family unit, and then the power that comes from that, and the influence that comes from that, understanding that if you tap in on the family level, that family can help you expand into the social or business level. And it's not about using people. It's about realizing the strength and power of family, and how the family unit is that core value system. And with that core, you can expand outward. You don't need friends, right? You have a solid unit, and that's important to you. Co-create with spirit and surrender now is getting over your own stubbornness and seeing where you could get in your own way and wanting to get out of your way, and it's almost like you're learning that from somebody in the past, or from what somebody did in the past. They're guiding you. This is like a real mentorship. Whoever this person is, you're quite impressed with them, and you're going to listen to them. Just going to let it. And you should. Capricorn. Okay. Yeah, this is like not being able to find harmony between you and another. No matter, there was dissonance here. This is in the past. And that's why 7 is in reverse. You couldn't get anything done. There was contentiousness here. It's like everybody wanted to do things their own way, instead of figuring out how to do things a different way and use your gifts to contribute to that different way. This is the integration. So honestly, you're fucking solving problems. And with this contention, it's almost like, in a sense, this is where you start figuring out the shitty shit that has been sort of contentious for a while. You start, learning out how to make it go away. There's the wisdom of change, wisdom of how you're going to change, figuring out, like what you need to do to change not just yourself, no, but the situation, right? Because it takes wisdom to toe those fine lines. You're going to be able to figure out a problem that was causing you a lot of irritation. And it's through a whole like massive change of everything that you are, everything that's around you, because that's what happens. It's like it's not just you against somebody else anymore. It's the two of you for each other. And how does that look? This is really cool energy because it's functional, it's highly functional, it's extremely mature, and it's going to create progress. It's like you know what changes to make and what not to make. Right? Deciding to have faith in somebody is key here. Especially having faith in, it's like in what you want. Having faith in what you want. Your confidence will be really high this week. But also this sense of demands, especially in finance and what you love, will challenge you. But it's okay because those challenges are actually, in some ways, you enjoy them. Let's go to the extended. I can't wait to dig deeper. I'll see you guys over there.